everyone, Suzanne here again from thepapervariety.blogspot.com with another holiday card tutorial. I'm going to be using the Creator Critter Cricut cartridge again today, and we're going to be making this adorable string of lights here. I was inspired to use this one because it reminds me of the banners that are so trendy right now, and I thought, oh, that would make a cute image on a holiday card. So because we're going to be using the top portion of our feature, we're going to be pushing shift, and because we're doing lots of different layers, we're going to be pressing shift lock, and that makes sure that no matter what cut I'm doing, I'm not accidentally going to get my reindeer again. I'm going to be getting the lights. So shift lock is on. I want this string of lights to go across my card, and because I'm making it a horizontal layout, I want it to be 5.5 inches across, which is a standard size for a card. Now if I would set my dial at 5.5 and cut it just like that, it would be 5.5 inches tall by a very long length. So this is where you want to use your fit to length key, because the Cricut cut automatically cuts at the height of the image, not the length. So I'm going to do fit to length, and I'm going to change my length here to 5.5, which is the length of a standard size card. So I have my black cardstock loaded, 5.5 fit to length, and I'm going to press my reindeer key again. Because shift locked is on, it's going to give me my string of lights. Now, I'm going to hit OK to see the height of this image, and this is going to be important later. It says it's going to cut it at 2.25 inches tall. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and press cut. It's going to take a second here. This is going to be the bottom layer of our string of lights. And then we're going to be using the next little pieces of cardstock to cut out the 3 lights that are going to go here on top. So I went ahead and hit line return to bring my blade back up to the next color I want to cut. And we're going to be doing the little layers for the light bulbs. Now we want to take off our fit to length key, and we want to change our dial size to 2.25. This is going to make the light bulbs proportionate to the height of our banner. So that's why I said it was important to hit OK and make sure we knew that the height of the banner was. So 2.25, my fit to length is off, shift lock is on, so when I press layer 1 and my reindeer, my first light bulb should appear, and I'm going to hit cut. I'm going to go to the next color. I'm going to hit layer 2. I'm going to hit my reindeer, and I'm going to press cut. Same thing, move to the red piece of cardstock, layer 3, reindeer, and cut. So here's our finished Cricut cut all put together. I ended up swapping out the third light for a more teal color blue. I used a dark color blue to match more with the pattern paper I wanted to use. I went ahead and put together our first mat, and this is using the Crate Paper North Pole collection. This measures 5.25 by 3 inches, and then the strip of blue is 5.25 by 1 inch, and that's to leave a 1/4 inch border around the outside to see the black mat. And I love using pattern paper and a solid color, and then using a piece of ribbon to hide the seam. I think that gives a really finished look to a card. So I'm going to be using the cheater method here, and I'm going to be taping the back side of the ribbon to give the illusion that it goes all the way around the card and is tied in a nice pretty bow, when really quick and easy taping the ends on this side. And like I said, I think this really gives the card a finished look, hiding that seam of the 2 papers glued together. And we're going to add a bow later. So here's our first card base, or our first card mat, and we're going to add it to our card base. And like I said, we can see the black border around the outside. Okay, well, a little bit of tape showing through there. Adhere that down. Okay, we're going to add some mono adhesive to the back of our, to the back of our card. Put that down. Like this. And then I'm using a piece of pattern paper from Imagine Hints, and this is their what collection is this? Oh, the Polar Expressions collection. And I cut out part of the pattern paper, and it says Merry and Bright, and I thought that was perfect to go with our string of lights. And this is just going to be adhered at the bottom, layered on there, and then adding our little bow here. And I'm going to use some of my diamond stickles to add a little bit of shine to the lights to make them sparkle, and you'll see that in the final picture. Let's just play with our knot here. Probably trim this up a bit. Here's our finished card, and I slid our bow over and I kind of tilted a little bit. It gives the illusion that this little piece of sentiment here is a tag on the card instead of two separate embellishments. I hope you join us over at thepapervariety.blogspot.com soon, and stop by and see more of our holiday cards. Thanks!